Bruce Lee once said, "Be like water, my friend." As leaders, we must learn to be formless and flexible. Today, my presentation will show you how to become the flow. We will be taking a deep dive into initiating the path to leadership. My goal is to show you how the onboarding roadmap of Chapter 3 is your navigation in the first 90 days of leadership. We will look at conducting a personal gaps analysis, and through the analysis, we will also see what building a development plan entails and several techniques to take ownership of our development through reflection and monitoring. When we started this assignment, the organization I work for was going through a chaotic state of transition, and I was temporarily assigned to a leadership role. Using the textbook's example pictured below, on the first day, the former manager met with me to discuss what would be expected of me, including projects and deliverables in the upcoming months. Within the first 2 weeks, I met with department heads to review the accomplishments and areas of improvement. We planned a job description for a search for a new manager. Entering the first month, we dove into the candidate search and are undergoing a critical budget process, including hurricane preparations and handling several personnel issues. I've taken every effort to get feedback from my department heads, learning the ins and outs of the department structures, and socializing with employees to understand their motivations and needs. The focus of the next few months will be to continue collecting data and meeting department heads on a weekly basis. Not all onboarding maps function the same. Pictured here is Baptist Health's onboarding roadmap, a South Florida medical network. You can see it looks very different from the previous map. The map acclimates leaders by connecting them with mentors who understand Baptist Health's vision and goals. It is a systematic process to guide leaders on how to navigate the flow of their leadership. Harvard University's onboarding roadmap, pictured here, provides a greater timeline planning out the first year of leadership. As you can see, it is a two-pronged plan granting new leaders and human resource staff directives to work together, incorporating methods such as gaps analysis, new leaders assimilation programs, and assessment tools such as 360 assessments and Myers-Briggs type indicators to develop its leaders through the organization. Earlier, I mentioned how a gaps analysis can be a useful component to onboarding. What you see pictured here is a gaps analysis reflecting the current and desired state of the organization I represent. As you know, a gaps analysis is a method of determining how an organization's current state differs from its desired future state. I've identified 8 target items in need of improvement, incorporating many of the issues I referenced earlier in my presentation. The gaps identified are impacted by several deficiencies, including a lack of planning, follow-through, communication, and consistency. A gaps analysis is a critical component to knowing what needs improvement. However, development planning is the catalyst. SMART goals are just one mechanism for development planning. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant, and timely. These goals offer a step-by-step, trackable, and accountable plan to achieve our goals, ensuring our employees stay focused, disciplined, motivated, and informed. Equally important is monitoring and adjustment. This process involves regularly reviewing performance, considering feedback, identifying threats and opportunities, and following through with changes. Leadership in the first 90 days can be intimidating. However, with tools such as the onboarding roadmap, gaps analysis, and SMART goal development planning, you can flow like water. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.